What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG TCG video. Today, guys, we are going to be going over the new Zexal server XYZ Monster, as well as two trap cards that are set to release in the upcoming structure deck overlay universe. I just have to say, I have been very fascinated with this overlay universe structure deck, and I'm very excited to be discussing these cards with you guys today. So, without further ado, let's not waste any more time and let's get right into it. Alright guys, so the first card we're going to be going over for this new support is the XYZ Monster ZS XYZ Sage. It is a rank 4 light warrior XYZ effect monster with 2000 attack and 2500 defense. Its materials is 2 level 4 monsters, so generic. I like that right off the bat. Its effect is you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. The first effect is you can detach 2 materials from this card, special summon 1 ZW or ZS monster from your deck. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except XYZ monsters, nor attack except with number monsters. So being able to search your ZWs or ZS monsters is nice. I believe the Utopia Ray monsters, Leo Utopia Ray and Dragonic Utopia Ray already do that. So I guess having another monster that can do that is pretty nice. In fact, I think, and it's been a minute since I've actually looked at the card, I'm pretty sure they can only search ZW monsters. I could be completely wrong on that. So maybe there is a little bit more benefit, but honestly, to be completely honest, I mean, there are ZSs that you can search, but for me personally, I'm probably going to be more searching ZWs because I feel like they're a lot better. I mean, you have Twin Saber Pegasus, you have Tornado Bringer, you have Lightning Blade, and heck, you even have Eagle Claw if you're facing a deck like Ultra Guys that focus more on trap cards, so that's actually a pretty nice card in there as well. But being able to search for these cards, I do like that. The only thing I don't like is it being really restrictive, that you can only go into XYZ plays, which is not really that bad, but not being able to attack other than number monsters, it does kind of suck. But honestly, too, it's not really the end of the world, because more than likely, if you're going to be playing this card, you probably are going to be playing a numbers deck, more specifically a Utopia deck, which fits both the XYZ build and the number build. So honestly, the restrictions depending on the deck you're playing is really not there. And let's be honest, you're only going to be playing this card in the Utopia deck. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I just feel like there's no other reason to play it in any other deck. But overall, for the first effect, not really that bad. Being able to have another searcher for your ZW weapons or your ZS monsters, I like that. And the second effect is if a Utopia and or Utopic XYZ monster you control, whose original attribute is light, other than this card, would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your field or graveyard instead. I actually like that effect. So basically, it gives you also a benefit of summoning this card as well, as it could have some protection for your Utopia monsters, whether it's by battle or card effects. So if a monster is going to be destroyed, and say for example you have Utopia on the field and he has no overlay units, you can banish this card from your graveyard or your field and being able to protect that monster. So giving a little bit of extra protection to your monster and just the cost of sacrificing this monster is honestly really not that bad, to be completely honest. So overall, I really don't think this is that bad of a card. Being able to search for your pieces in your deck and being able to give protection to your monster, or specifically your Utopia or Utopic monster, that's honestly not that bad in my opinion. I actually think this is a pretty solid card, if I'm going to be completely honest. But that's going to be it for the monsters. Now we're going to be going over the trap cards. And the first one we're going to be going over is Contract of Destiny. It is a continuous trap card. And the effect is you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. The first effect is each time a card or cards you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, place 1 Emperor's Key counter on this card, maximum 1. Its second effect is if your opponent special summons a monster or monsters from the extra deck, you can remove 1 Emperor's Key counter from this card, send 1 the Door of Destiny from your hand, deck, or face-up field to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon 1 Light Utopia or Utopic XYZ monster from your extra deck, and if you do, attach this card to it as material. So, right off the bat, it's an interesting card. It has to rely kind of on your opponent because your opponent has to destroy a card that you control by battle or card effect, which is not really that hard. So they destroy that card, you place a counter on this, then you send the Door of Destiny to your graveyard, and then you're able to basically get a free Utopia or Utopic monster from your extra deck to the field, and even give it an Xyz material. The only thing about this is that the Door of Destiny, although it's a classic card, obviously the Door of Destiny representing on the whole journey of Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, and Astral playing that at the end of Zexal was great. To be completely honest, the Door of Destiny is not really that good of a card, to be completely honest. So, if you do want to play this card, you do have to play the Door of Destiny. So, I mean, yeah, and I also don't really like when cards are this restrictive and having to be a specific card. I would have liked if it was that you can send a spell and trap card, but maybe that would have been a little bit too good to do that, so maybe you could have done something a little bit, but specifically having to do the Door of Destiny in order to actually summon the monster, I mean, it's fine, but the thing is that you would have to play the Door of Destiny, which, again, I really just don't think that's that good of a card, but hey, maybe the benefit is there, to be completely honest, because if you're able to get a Utopia or Utopic monster, whatever one you want to go for, you could probably gain some benefit from that, and it might be worth it in the end. So, honestly, it's not that bad of a card if you think it's worth playing Door of Destiny in your deck just to be able to use this card. That's up to your own interpretations. For me, personally, it's a coin toss, to be completely honest. I can see it going either way, but I would love to know what you guys think of this card in particular. Do you guys think it's worth playing this card, or do you not really think it's that worth playing this card? But let's get into the final trap card for this new support. And that card is Numbers Protect. It is a counter trap card with the effect of you can only use one of the first and second effects of this card's name per turn, and only once that turn. The first effect is when a spell or trap card or monster effect is activated and you control a number XYZ monster, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. That's actually a pretty solid effect, being able to disrupt your opponent from activating one of their cards' effects that targets one of your number XYZ monsters, whether it's going to try to destroy it or send it back to your extra deck or whatever the case might be. Being able to disrupt your opponent and keeping your number monster protected, I actually really do like that effect. I think that's a pretty solid effect. And the second effect is, if a number XYZ monster or monsters you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, and this card is in your graveyard, you can set this card to your field, but banish it when it leaves the field. Okay, so there's a little bit of recurrence you can do with this card by just the cost of one of your number monsters going down. So basically, if one of your number monsters is destroyed by battle, you can set this card, and if you have another number monster on the field, that's basically another activation to be able to disrupt your opponent. So, generally speaking, this is not that bad of a card. Yes, it gets banished if you activate this card effect again, but you're going to get the full benefit of this because you're able to basically use this twice, and theoretically, let's say, hypothetically, you put 3 of these cards in your deck. Basically, you can have the potential of disrupting your opponent from destroying one of your number monsters 6 times thanks to this effect. So, honestly, that's a win-win in my opinion. So, honestly, this is not that bad of a card at all. I actually think this is probably, I don't know, I would probably say it is the strongest because it does give some protection to your number monsters, but it is very close to Utopic Sage because, again, being able to search in your deck for your ZWs or ZS is actually pretty nice as well. But this card, very satisfied with it. But with that being said, that is going to be it for the new support. We also got some other news of some cards being in this set as well. I guess the only ones to really mention is number 99 Utopic Dragon is going to be in this, which I'm not really surprised at all. I mean, you literally have number 99 Utopia Dragner in this set, as well as the original number 39 in the Astral language and in the alternate artwork. So obviously you have to have Utopic Dragon in this. I mean, it's literally Dragner is Utopia and Utopic Dragon fused together. So obviously you have to have the two original ones in this structure deck. And then you have Shark Drake and Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon, which not surprised by this either. They did kind of mention when this structure deck was kind of getting leaked. They did mention that there was going to be a Shark and Kaido card represented in this deck, and obviously they do it by their own number card. So that really did not shock me at all. But that's going to be it for the news in regards to the structure deck overlay universe. General thoughts on these three cards. I don't think they're that bad. I think the only one where I think it was a little bit lacking was the Contract of Destiny trap. But again, if you really think it's worth playing the Door of Destiny to be able to summon a Utopia monster from your extra deck very easily, maybe it's worth playing it. And then as for Utopic Sage and Numbers Protection, they're honestly not that bad of cards either. I actually think that this is going to be a very interesting structure deck when it's all said and done. I actually think this is going to be a pretty solid structure deck. I've actually been pretty happy with this. With Dragner, I've been very impressed with that card, and that card is just very powerful in the amount of potential with that card. And then even these cards, I do believe, have some potential as well. But that's just my thoughts. I want to know your guys' thoughts in regards to the Overlay Universe structure deck. And do you guys think that this deck has the potential of being a very powerful structure deck when it's all said and done? Would love to know your guys' thoughts on that. But guys, that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think of these three cards. Do you think they're good cards? Do you think they're okay cards? Or do you not really think they're good cards at all? But with that being said, that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, guys, take care and have yourselves a great rest of your day.